Hello, happy 2023. My name is Isla. I'm a registered dietitian that owns the company called The Millennial Nutritionist. We put out tons of content about weight loss and realistic, healthy living for busy millennials. And we also have a one-to-one coaching program. So if you like what you see here, you can go check that out, but also share lots of free resources at the end of this video. Today I want to talk to you about something that we are pretty well known for over on Instagram and TikTok, so make sure to follow us over there for content, and it's all about Starbucks swaps and how to lose weight drinking Starbucks. A lot of people think that they have to give up their favorite Starbucks drinks when they are trying to lose weight, but this isn't true. You can still go for it if you know how to balance your calories, or if you don't really want a calorie count, you can just listen to these 5 tips on how to reduce the calories but still kind of keep the good flavor when it comes to those Starbucks drinks. So the number 1 tip when it comes to decreasing your calories off the bat in a Starbucks drink is switching a latte over to a coffee. So a latte is gonna be milk based, so it's more calories in the milk. Coffee is gonna be water based, so there are no calories in water. However, when you do switch from a latte to a coffee, you are losing a bit of protein. I personally don't eat a lot of meat, so I'm always looking for non-meat sources of protein. So I actually opt for a latte, but knowing that it's higher in calorie. If you like eating lots of meat, you don't feel like you have a problem eating protein, then the coffee is a great way to go. You're still gonna get the same flavor. The syrups are gonna switch over. You can put in a little bit of cream and it'll still have a very, very similar flavor. It just might be a little less thick when it comes to like the base, because water is a little thinner than milk, but it'll be very, very similar for you. So for a specific example, switching the grande caramel brulee latte is normally 410 calories. But if you switch it to a coffee version, you can just ask for, can I have a coffee with 4 pumps of the caramel brulee syrup with a little bit of creamer? That switches it down to 240 calories, which is crazy. So if you don't mind the less thick of the coffee, then go for that, and it's a very easy swap every time you go to Starbucks. Number 2, another riff off of that, is switch your latte to skim milk. So let's say you don't really want to do a coffee version of the drink, you like the little bit of the thickness of the milk. You can easily switch that milk to just skim milk. Won't save you as many calories as going from the latte to the coffee, but it'll give you something throughout the day to kind of switch to. Sometimes I do this if I've had enough I know that I'm having a higher calorie version of the drink and I still want the protein, then I just go to skim milk. When you switch from regular milk, which for them is like 2%, to the skim milk just has a lot less fat. You're keeping all the protein, you're keeping the carbs, and so you get a little bit less calories in the form of less fat in the skim milk. For a specific example, a regular pumpkin spice latte is 390 calories, but when you switch it to skim milk, it's about 310 calories. So on average, you're gonna save about 80 calories when it comes to that, which is kind of a lot if you think about kind of what you can get out of 80 calories, whether it's another apple throughout the day, another slice of bread, stuff like that. So you can easily decrease calories by just going to the counter and asking for it to be made with skim milk instead of 2%. The third thing is switch your latte to almond milk. So let's say you don't need the protein, you still like the kind of like milky-ish base. Lots of people like just switching it to almond milk. I feel like a lot of people know this already, but switching it to almond milk will save you about 60 calories, so still a little bit less than my previous suggestion. But if you don't like milk, like dairy milk, but you want that like thicker base, doing almond milk is a good switch. You're reducing a lot of the fat and pretty much all the protein when it comes to this, and that's why it's less calories. You still are keeping a lot of the calories because most of the calories honestly come from the syrup in the drink, but it gets you a little bit of a win, and you can always combine that with like less syrup or something like that. So for a specific example, the dulce latte is about 340 calories for a grande. If you switch it to almond milk instead of their 2% milk, it'll get you about 270 calories. So there's something, if you take away the syrup, then you'll have a little bit more to work with, but it's always an automatic lower calorie swap if you switch it to almond milk. My 4th tip for a lower Starbucks calorie drink is to reduce the number of pumps of syrup. So like I was just kind of saying, you could easily combine this with the almond milk swap and have a much lower calorie version of the drink. The syrup pumps are all a little bit different and they're kind of like hidden. I mostly have to find them on like Reddit because they don't put what the syrups are. The good thing is like if they do a whole pump, it's going to be pretty consistent for the calories per pump that they're going to do. In general, 20 calories is about 1 pump of the vanilla syrup, and there's 4 of those in a grande. Most grandes are going to have 4 pumps of anything. However, something like the caramel brulee syrup is 50 calories, and I believe the like mocha syrup is similar. So, but regardless of the calories, knowing just go down a little bit on the number of pumps is going to help you save a little bit of calories. For example, I really just love their like iced coffee or just a plain iced latte with their classic syrup. I get the grande, but I ask for 2 pumps of classic instead of the normal 4 pumps, so I'm saving about 50 calories there, which all kind of adds up if you have that mentality every day. The 5th automatic thing you can do to have weight loss while drinking your favorite Starbucks drinks is just going to a smaller size. A lot of people don't realize they can do this or think they can do this. The larger size at Starbucks is honestly, I feel like a very big portion for what you would give yourself at home. I know when I'm home, I give myself like probably just 8 ounces, which I think is even less than their smaller cup at Starbucks. But when you're there, you kind of get all caught up in it, and then you get a larger cup, right? Going to the tall, and I think there's even like a smaller size, is gonna be a really easy way for you to still get the same exact drink you like. Like say you don't want to switch to skim milk, you don't want to switch to almond, you don't want like a lower amount of a lower amount of pumps for the size of the drink it is. It's very easy just to take all of that down to scale. You have the same flavor, but it's a little bit it's a little bit less. This is personally what I like to do when it comes to like a fun Starbucks drink, because I kind of like how it tastes. I like how sugary it is, but you can just have less of it. So for example, the new pistachio latte that's out right now is 320 calories for a grande. If you switch that same exact thing to a tall, it's 250 calories, which is still pretty good. So you're gonna keep all the flavor, you're gonna keep the, you're gonna decrease a little bit of protein, you're gonna decrease a little bit of calories because we're going from a little bit less milk, a little bit less pumps. But that is a great like automatic, you don't have to know the calories, swap to still enjoy some of your favorite drinks, whether it's pumpkin spice, whether it's a frappuccino. Just going to that smaller size is gonna help you automatically take down the calories. Well, I hope that you learned something in this video. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe the video, and please go follow us over on Instagram or TikTok. We post tons and tons of swaps all the time over there, so we can really help you with a lot of seasonal things that come up. And from there, you can also kind of check out our stories and see what else we have going on for you to learn how to have realistic weight loss as a millennial.